You might think the festive period is about celebration, but for Wrexham, right now, it's about survival. The unbeaten run, gone. The momentum, stalling. And let's be honest, the recent results against Hull and Swansea didn't just hurt, they exposed a massive crack in the armour. But while the fans are worrying about the playoff push slipping away, a decision has already been made behind closed doors. The checkbook is open. The target is locked. Ryan Reynolds isn't just looking to patch a hole, he's preparing to hijack a deal from right under the noses of Birmingham and Norwich. We are talking about a £3 million star who could change everything. The first move of January is decided. But to understand why this specific player is the key to unlocking the Premier League dream, you have to look at the one problem that is quietly destroying our season. Let's get into it.
Alright, let's strip back the Hollywood glamour for a second and look at the cold, hard reality of the Championship. It is a brutal league. We were flying, weren't we? That 9-game unbeaten run had everyone at the pub dreaming of back-to-back promotions. The racecourse was buzzing. But football has a nasty habit of kicking you when you're comfortable. The defeats to Hull and Swansea, they weren't just losses, they were a reality check. Phil Parkinson, the gaffer, is facing his toughest test of the campaign. The mood has shifted. It's not a crisis, we don't use that word lightly, but it is a defining moment, a turning point. But here is the twist. While the results on the pitch have been shaky, the situation in the boardroom has never been stronger. Just this December, the landscape changed forever. The Apollo Sports Capital deal isn't just business jargon, it's ammunition. They've acquired a minority stake, valuing Wrexham at a staggering £350 million. Let that sink in. £350 million. The club officials have made it crystal clear. Parkinson will have money to spend. The war chest is full. But money is useless if you don't know where to spend it. And right now, Wrexham has a specific painful wound that needs stitching up immediately. And that wound has a name.
Let's talk about Issa Kabore. Since he arrived from Manchester City in September, the lad has been an absolute revelation. He didn't just play right wing back, he owned that flank. Pace, power, the ability to turn defence into attack in the blink of an eye. He was the engine room on the right side. But then, the international break happened. Burkina Faso duty, a hamstring injury. He's been out since mid-November, and if you've been watching the matches closely, you know exactly what we've lost. Ryan Longman and Ryan Barnett have stepped in, and fair play to the lads, they've put a shift in, but let's be honest, they haven't replicated that same explosive impact. And here is the kicker, the detail that makes this urgent. Even if Kabore returns to fitness tomorrow, we are about to lose him again. The Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, is looming. So Parkinson is looking at January with a massive problem. No Kabore means no outlet on the right. No outlet means Kiefer Moore, our big target man, gets isolated. No service, no goals. It's a domino effect that could derail the playoff push entirely. We need a replacement, but not just a squad player, we need a starter, a game changer. Before I reveal who the owners have identified as the chosen one, hit that like button if you think the right wing-back position is the absolute priority this window. Let the algorithm know Wrexham fans are watching. Enter the solution. Yang Hyun-jun, the Celtic winger. South Korean international, 22 years old. Now why him? Why is Ryan Reynolds ready to sanction this move? Yang joined the Scottish Giants from Gangwon FC in July 2023. He's made over 80 appearances for the Hoops, but lately he's found himself on the fringes. He's struggling for regular starts at Parkhead, and that situation has alerted clubs south of the border. Here is why this makes sense tactically for Parkinson. Yang is traditionally a winger, yes, but at Celtic
He has been deployed as a wing back in several matches this season. He has that defensive discipline, but his instinct, his DNA, is to attack. Imagine him at the racecourse. He's quick, he's direct, and he loves to take a man on. He is the closest thing to a like-for-like replacement for Cabot you are going to find in this market. But here is where the story gets dark. We aren't the only wolves circling this prey.
This isn't going to be a friendly negotiation. It's a battle. According to Sky Sports News, a trio of championship rivals are sniffing around. Birmingham City, Norwich and Preston. In fact, Birmingham nearly signed him in the summer. They were ready to drop £3 million on the lad. They want him. They know his value. But this is where the Hollywood factor and that Apollo investment come into play. Wrexham can now go toe-to-toe with these established championship clubs. We don't have to wait for scraps anymore. We can eat at the big table. The report states that Wrexham's first move is decided. The priority is the right side. The target is Yang, and with the financial backing confirmed, we have the power to pip our rivals to his signature. Think about what this means for Kiefer Moore. The big man has been starving for quality service lately. Our goal scoring has dried up slightly because the supply line was cut. Yang is the supply line. He is the guy who gets chalk on his boots, beats his marker, and whips it into the danger zone. If we pull this off, it sends a message to the rest of the league. Wrexham isn't just here to take part, we are here to take over. If you want to stay ahead of every transfer twist this January, make sure you are subscribed. We cover the news that mainstream media misses.
So here is the reality. The window is about to open. The funds are there. The target is identified. Cabot's injury was a massive blow, a proper shocker for the system, but it has forced the club's hand. They can't sit still, they have to be aggressive. Signing Yang Hyun-jun for a fee in the region of £3 million would be a statement. It would fix the immediate problem of AFCON and the injury list, but it also adds long-term quality to the squad. It's the kind of signing that turns a slump back into a surge. Phil Parkinson knows that the next few weeks will define our season. If we get this right, the playoffs are back on. If we hesitate, if we let Birmingham or Norwich steal him, well, let's not go there.
But listen closely. Yang isn't the only name on the list. While the right wing situation is urgent, there is another rumour bubbling under the surface. A rumour involving a high earner at the club, a surprise return, and a squad update that nobody saw coming. The transfer window is never just about who comes in, it's about who might be forced out. And that story, it's far more complicated than it looks. I've broken down that entire situation in this video right here. You need to see this before the window opens. Click it and I'll see you there.